Hey, this is Brad Gill, NextHome Lifestyles. Welcome back to another market update for the city of San Jose. It is June 6th, 2022, and we've got a whole bunch of stats to cover for you. So let's start off with active and pending inventory as we usually do. Currently, we have 897 single-family homes, condominiums, and townhouses available for sale across the city. We are up slightly from 842. Not enough to make a big difference, but definitely, more than 5%. As we head into summertime, for seasonality purposes, we do expect to see that number climb. Pending, so these are the number of properties that currently have a contract of sale. For all the same single-family homes, condos, and townhouses, we have 642 currently pending, down slightly from 697 units pending last week. So where are we at? We have more active inventory than what's going under contract of sale, which is a good thing because we are returning to a normalized market with, a little more normalized seasonality. But we're not too far off where we were over the past few years, with the exception of last year when we saw quite the opposite. We had 697 units available for sale same time last year, while we had over 1,000 units pending sale. But a lot of the buying frenzy last year was fueled by incredibly low interest rates at 2.99%, which again, compared to today's rate within the fives, you can definitely see why we're starting to see that slowdown of buyer frenzy and switching back to a normalized market. Going back further, in 2020, right after the pandemic, we had 903 properties available for sale and only 670 pending under contract of sale. So you can see these numbers match up pretty well with where the market is today. If we go back even 1 year further to 2019, we actually had almost 1,400 units available for sale in the city of San Jose versus, again, 642 that were pending sale. So we still haven't even gotten back into normal seasonality for the number of properties available for sale, and the pending contracts are staying about the norm. So we're not actually too far off. So if you're a buyer and you're thinking about buying, make sure you're out there taking advantage of the current lull in the market because, again, we're not seeing a huge amount of inventory come back. We are nowhere near the level of inventory we had back in 2019. Okay, let's take a look at some of the inventory trends. So new listings over the last 7 days, 279 came on the market, up 13% from the week before. Demand trend, how many properties went under contract over the last 7 days? We had 118. It was a pretty drastic drop off of 26% from the week before, but that was a holiday weekend in there, so I'm not too surprised to see those numbers drop off. We'll have to pay close attention to see what happens next week. But again, overall, it looks like that demand trend is staying to historical norms. Now, market expectations. How many properties have come off the market after being listed? We're up to 56 units over the last 7 days, up slightly from last week where we have 48. But here's a key indicator, price changes. How many listings out there are undergoing a price change because, again, they're not receiving the attraction or attention, or they were just priced wrong. Currently, it's 193 units out of almost 900, or 21.5% of the current available inventory. That's up from 20% last week. But as you recall from past episodes, as that climbs up towards 30%, about that 30% mark is actually a really healthy market where about 30% of the inventory does undergo a price change. So, buyer's market, seller's market, I kind of have to argue that there's still not enough inventory out there to really call it a buyer's market. Technically speaking, a buyer's market is when there's 6 months or more worth of inventory. We're way down at like a month and a half. So again, if you find the house that you really want to buy, take advantage of it. Take advantage of the current lull in rates, as we did have another rate reduction this past week, and get into that home before rates go up. I'm Brad Gill at NextHome Lifestyles. I hope this has been informative. I hope you guys tune in next week for another market update.